Who's that? Understanding relative clauses with that. Hello, language learners. Today, we're going to tackle a fascinating part of English grammar, using that in place of who and whom in defining relative clauses. You'll soon find that this little word, that, is incredibly versatile and can make your English sound more natural and fluent. So, let's dive in. Defining relative clauses are an essential part of English grammar. They provide vital information about the noun that precedes them. For example, in the sentence, "The woman who lives next door is a doctor." "Who lives next door" is a defining relative clause, specifying which woman we're talking about. Usually, when we're referring to people in these clauses, we use who or whom. But there's an exception, and that's what we'll look at today. We can use that in place of who and whom in defining relative clauses. This usage is prevalent in both spoken and written English. It makes the language sound less formal and more approachable. For example, instead of saying, "The woman who lives next door is a doctor," we can say, "The woman that lives next door is a doctor." Similarly, "The man whom I met is my uncle" can be replaced with "The man that I met is my uncle." Remember, this replacement works in defining relative clauses, not non-defining ones. There are some situations where using that is more common than using who or whom. For instance, when the antecedent, the noun being referred to by the pronoun, is an indefinite pronoun, like someone, everyone, anyone, we usually use that. For example, "Is there anyone that can help me?" Also, if the antecedent includes both people and things, that is the appropriate relative pronoun to use. For instance, "I don't like films that have a sad ending." Lastly, in sentences where the relative clause is separated from the antecedent by other words, that is typically used instead of who or whom. For example, "He's the only person I know that doesn't like chocolate." And that's a wrap. Remember, that is a versatile word that can replace who and whom in defining relative clauses, making your English sound more natural and fluent. Practice this new concept by incorporating that in your day-to-day conversations or writings. Keep practicing, keep improving, and as always, happy learning.